Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to your reading. I'm Divine Light, and today we will see what is coming your way in the next 4 weeks. We're going to start pulling by keywords. That's some keywords that you need to pay attention to. And then we're going to jump into your coffee cup. We have slowness and change. So these are seem like they're two opposite keywords here. Slowness, taking it slow. Maybe you're wondering, if I take it slow, how am I going to see things moving? How the change is going to come? So the blessing is in the current moment. The magic exists in the present moment, basically. When you slow down, you're going to be able to catch those blessings, catch those instances where the key I was going to say keywords, but the pathways are opening, basically, okay? We have flexibility. This is also important during this next 4 weeks when you are receiving, when you're giving, when you're achieving things, or maybe in your expectancies. Flexibility doesn't mean change the desire. It means that the pathways can be different, okay? Maybe you are anticipating something is going to come to you from a certain pathway, but it can be actually delivered from another. So be open to those kind of creative changes, okay? Another thing I would like to mention, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, hit subscribe. And if you would like to see more of these, go ahead and hit the bell icon. And if you go on to enjoy this message, hit the like button. I see a pathway opening here. So that's why I feel some of you need to really open yourself up to the creative possibilities of the universe. If you're attaching yourself and intention into one outcome, one certain pathway, that something can be delivered. For example, maybe you want money, but you want to hit the jackpot. Why not? Maybe you can hit the jackpot, but if you limit yourself to one path, which money can be delivered from multiple sources, it can come as an income, it can come as a gift, it can come as a some skill that you have. Maybe you have, without realizing, you might have an intellectual property which worth a lot, can be delivered there. And intellectual properties are actually one of the highest paying things nowadays. Like, I know that Sting actually gets paid for his stuff. I think like $1,000 an hour or something like that. So if you can use that during the slowness time, embracing the change, creating magic, and being flexible how the things are going to work out, you can create that blessing for yourself as well. Let's bring some light into this cup here. We have 2 different contracts. This kind of reminds me of like a scale as well. This can be like something weighing less than you expect, because it's like on the other side, on the left side of the scale, this showing. So we take it from like a 0 to 100. It kind of seems like 20 maybe. This can be also 20% of something. Maybe you want to get a percentage off of something. 20. It can start with a low grade. It seems like here this is going to have the flexibility. It is going to have like a bargain margin here that you should consider. I see here number 5. Number 5 indicates travel, new adventure, moving on to a new, it's also number 5's change. As you can see here, it's like a change in the venue, change in your course of life. So it is coming forward after the scale shows one number. So that's another thing that you should be flexible about. Maybe you are looking at one thing and you're seeing only one thing there, but this can be also something that is bringing flexibility in your life. And maybe they're telling you that you're going to be working 20% from home, and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get paid less, but it can give you an extra time so you can go do things that you really want to do. I see there's someone leaning on the number 5 here. So this can be someone maybe really coming in when you have the time for yourself, when you go on a new adventure, someone might be coming in. This can mean 2 things here. That just speaks to me 2 different language. There's a one nosy person maybe just be in your business and trying to snoop around and see what you're doing, maybe steal some ideas. It can be also one person like, oh, now we have time for each other type of energy. This can be a partner. This can be a good friend, maybe someone also, because sometimes when you come together with that person who is really on your level when it comes to creativity, when it comes to like making things happen, going a new adventure, going a new adventure. When you come together with these people, you really start creating magic, because like collectively we're much more powerful. Even when we're manifesting, when you manifest something with another person together, like you focus your energy onto your desire, it actually comes faster. Okay, so it seems like this can be that kind of a person too, but again, this is a person of a curious nature. That's why I'm gonna say maybe they can have a little bit autism. That's why maybe they cannot really understand boundaries. But it's not a bad thing, because behind it, you can see the sunshine, and there's a crowd here. This can even be a person. Maybe you're going to go on an adventure, like a concert. We can see like the lights in the concert, their heads right there, people are cheering for something. It seems like the third week time, maybe you're getting invited to some place. It can be also like watching something, maybe watching like a sky event, because I see kind of like a stars here too. Okay, these are kind of like, reminds me of stars, planets and such. So either way, it's like it can be like someone, yeah, looking very deeply into what you're doing, but it doesn't mean they have negative intentions, because some people, like I said, sometimes they cannot really read the social cues. So I don't know if they can get offended either. I don't know if like a autistic, like maybe some percentage, I'm not saying like 100% autistic, but some percentage might not really understand getting offended as well. So maybe that's why it's okay to just tell them to like to draw the boundaries. It's not going to be hurting them. Okay, either way though, having boundaries, even if it's hurting them, it's a good thing for you. The second week, I see a pathway opening here. I see a fish right there. Fish can be like a small chunk of money coming forward from a pathway, or this can be something that you have done is actually going to pay off. Another thing I see here, there's a big bird within the fourth week landing on top of a boy's head. The boy is wearing a hat. It can be two things. Again, the boy can be someone mature with authority, like mature, not in the mature, I'm sorry, immature, but the hat he's wearing is an authority this person has, and they might be acting in a way, but the bird landing on top of their head is, there's probably a higher authority than them can intervene in the situation, because they have kind of like a darker aura. This can also be, maybe some of you is dealing with someone younger than you, which also has a hat on top of their head. Maybe they're not taking their responsibilities seriously. So you might be the one sending them the bird and telling them, you know what, you need to take these things seriously if you don't want to lose it. And I see there's like a ring forming here. So they might have this intervention. Okay, maybe if you're avoiding to break their heart, the thing is, they might need this intervention here. Another thing, yes, we can interpret this as your energy as well. Maybe there is an area in your life that you are receiving the bird, the news, the intervention coming in, but because you're the one holding the basically button here, the decision making button. Maybe you're not really wanting to let it go, or you don't want to change the course of the attitude that you have. So it can be also coming for you guys. I don't want to like limit this to like and put it on somebody else, pin it on somebody else, because maybe you need to make a decision here. The decision doesn't have to be in a sense that you're doing something wrong and somebody like you're being warned here. It can be like this as well, Pisces, because the Pisces, you're a very gentle soul and you give credit to everyone. Maybe there is someone that you shouldn't be giving credit anymore. You shouldn't be really giving them, like listening to them anymore. Okay, you need intervention because maybe you're allowing someone to in your space and letting them use you. If that's the case, that's why you need the intervention here. That's why you're actually learning to say no here. Okay, that's I feel like maybe you're giving your energy. You see the sun here, the sun shows up here too, spending your energy on someone who is not maybe even worthy of it. And when you pull your power back to you, you're going to be able to, like, you see all this like sun against sun here, and there's another sun here. You're going to be able to really align with the destiny. Okay, let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see a massive whale coming, guys. It's like, yeah, it's right there hanging. You see like they're holding the whale with two fingers there. It's hanging. Whale can be someone with power, authority, strength. Your desires are coming in two different steps here. And you're holding this, okay? But holding it doesn't mean that you're catching it. So you need to like really, like pull that fish, let's say whale or like a big tuna fish, let's say it is, you need to pull it to your deck, to your vicinity, like where you are. Maybe you're going to be utilizing it. I feel like this can be something heavy. This can be something big. It can be scaring you a tiny bit. So dividing it to a little pieces can be useful. Maybe like a more practical. I also see here a lion. Maybe a Leo outside watching over you. There's like a leader. Maybe there's someone. And this person is outside your comfort zone, guys. I don't feel like you know this person. This can be someone you can get some advice from, okay? Usually, like, this is turning into a chunk of money here. This can also bring, like, the whale can be representative of someone with authority or, like, with good heart. Or it can be a representative of, like, a big catch, basically. But it seems like catching it in small pieces or maybe dividing it up to small chunks are going to be really practical for you, okay? And the Leo lion can be someone who is knowledgeable about these things that you can get advices from, okay? So if you are feeling stuck about an issue and you don't see any way out, maybe it's about to go ask and talk to an expert about it, okay? Let's see, what do we have here when it comes to tarot? King of Cups is someone, can be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It can be your energy. It can be something that you're offering within the first week. And it seems like here, even if you are a female, it doesn't matter. It's the masculine and feminine, different than male and female. He's the masculine figure, but he's the most gentle masculine figure, King of Cups. He's actually someone who's loving, supportive, understanding, gentle, compassionate. Yes, the other signs, the other zodiacs can have that, but in tarot, he's the gentle father, basically. But the father, what does that do? The energy-wise, masculine energy takes action. And he offers something and then he gets in return and he takes what is given to him as well. Okay, he doesn't feel humble about it. That's the energy of the masculine. So it seems like something you're offering is going to turn out to become your victory here. 6 of Wands is actually celebration. It can be coming back from the war victorious. This can even be something that you're negotiating and you're offering. Maybe you're making a compromise. However, that is going to end up becoming your victory. So it's not going to, even if it seems like initially that you're compromising, it is bringing a massive victory. 6 of Wands, we see a warrior with on the horse coming back from the war and he gets celebrated. We don't see the celebrating people there right there. So the horse also indicates your wish fulfillment. When it comes to third week, we have the 5 of Wands. I feel like here, the fight that you're going to put up is going to come after you got the victory. So maybe until you become victorious, everybody's going to be supporting you. But after that, they might want a piece of you. I feel like that's the 5 of Wands energy. But what comes forward, we're going to look at. The fourth week, especially, we have the Justice, Celebration, Death card, Ace of Pentacles. So some things are going to come to an end. Maybe the people that you think are the friends, they're going to turn out to be the ones who cannot really handle your success. The thing is, yeah, you don't have to do wrong by them. They're going to take care of themselves, by the way. Like, this is also somebody else's maybe struggle that you are trying to, because you are a victor, you want to resolve their issues as well. But the thing is, justice tells me that everybody needs to mind their own business because karma will be delivered to everyone. So what you put out is what you get back. You don't have to resolve somebody else's conflict here or get involved with other people's drama, because something else is coming forward here for you that is going to end up with celebration, but also it is going to end up with you ending something, okay? It can be even someone like getting jealous of your victory that you might have to cut them off eventually. Ace of Pentacles is a new financial endeavor you're going to be stepping into. It can be a new home, new car, new job, a new education opportunity coming forward. So I feel like you're not even going to have time to dwell on that thing there. We have here King of Wands with I told you that, like the compassion, yes. King of Wands is the fire energy, so you're going to offer something, but this doesn't mean you're going to be naive. King of Wands is also someone who has the entrepreneur spirit, who can consider multiple options at the same time. So it's not being naive, or I told you, if you even make a successful compromise, that's not even about you giving up something you desire. It's about something that maybe a sacrifice doesn't serve you anymore. That's what the definition of sacrifice is: giving up something that doesn't serve you anymore in order to get something that is higher of a value. Okay, so you're going to be really strategic and smart about that. When you do, I know this is not the financial reading, but Ten of Pentacles is long-term stability for yourself and for your family, and your victory. Basically, the victory that we mentioned in the beginning, this with the Six of Wands, the second week, connected to that, okay? The thing is, this is long-term, by the way. The effects of the victory that you're going to receive, approval, success, can be effective in the long term, okay? Longer than the next 4 weeks. Five of Wands comes with the Lovers. So what happens here? This is very, like, it can be a little shocking, like conflict and Lovers. How come? This is going to make clear, first of all, Lovers can indicate choices. Maybe you have any doubts about, oh, after this victory, should I choose this or that, this person, this option, that option? You're going to have clarity about which one do you want. When you see the conflict in an environment, your choices will become clear. Another thing with the conflict energy is it can be affecting your health, and the Lovers can also indicate healing here. It can be also like coming out of the conflict, you're going to be finding something that is really aligned with you. What happens when if you're used to dealing with conflict all the time and you fall into a peaceful environment suddenly, it can really disrupt the energy flow. It is not a bad thing, but it can be, your body can actually take it as a bad thing. So if you're going through that kind of thing and your mind is looking for any wrongdoing somewhere, that can be also like something that you need to get used to by time, okay? That take it one at a time. We have the Justice with the Three of Cups again. So basically, Justice symbolizes here something to celebrate, something very happy, good news coming forward for some of you. And this is going to be really embraced by your loved ones, the people that are surrounding you. They're coming forward to support, and like they're actually end of harvest celebrating here. Again, it's coming again to tell you that there's going to be something really joyful that worth celebrating happening. Even the Death card follows afterwards. I feel like the Death card is about actually cutting off something or someone that doesn't serve you anymore. That's going to be like your choices here. It's going to become crystal clear to you. Okay, maybe if you have doubts about certain person, you're going to become clear. Let's see what else we have. We have Magic twice, right? Magic right there. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow, expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand, as profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Magic doesn't have to be like we see in Harry Potter. It doesn't have to be making something out of nothing, which actually, that's not even magic. Alchemy requires you put something in, you get something out. That's what it requires. Even magic requires you put the spell in, spelling, like the word in, your desire, your order to the universe, and you get something out of it. So nothing can happen without anything, guys. The only thing that came out of nothing is the creator of all that is. So I believe I think that's just the creator hasn't been created or given birth. That's like according to my belief. Other than that, everything just requires an input and it gives the output as the magic, okay? And we can see anything as magic. For example, 1,000 years ago, if you landed a plane on a place that they didn't have no such vehicles, that will be magic, right? It's not magic today for us. We're flying every day, okay? We have Earth. Yes, the frequency of Earth activates our deep connection. So believe it's possible. Believe that magic is also something available to everyone. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our great mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspect of our nature. So Earth, grounding yourself is going to be important during this time because it is going to remind you that you're also a part of this physical plane, and we can pull things from the mental plane to the physical plane through grounding ourselves to the Mother Earth. We have tantric journey. This is something physical if you would like to experience. I don't really know much about it, but let's see what it says. The frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. So yeah, it can be very important to receive creative ideas during this time. Another one we have is authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. This is actually going to be required in the first week. As we can see here, we have both of these authorities coming forth, and I feel like you need to channel both of them in order to make that decision of victory and the long-term financial security, okay? Let's see your spiritual message here, spirit message. We have find your center, ground yourself with the earth. Basically, that's important. Your outside world is a reflection and manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? Okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. And I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.